We're going to get started. As you can see, I have a microphone, and guess what? No notes. Because that's how I'm rolling tonight.
Oh.
So we're going to start by setting an intention. If you care to join me, I am going to share an atheist prayer this evening. So we're asking that everybody open their hearts and open their minds and relax their consciousness and just breathe. And know that as you're doing this, you are connected to everybody else in the room breathing, and every other human being in the world breathing. And we can come together and join our thoughts and our energy towards the goal of awakenment, awareness, and personal evolution and growth. And so it is.
And so it is.
Okay, so tonight is our lesson on spiritual balance. These lights are blinding. I can't see. Okay, thank you very much. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk a little bit about what spiritual balance isn't. Okay? Because I think that we have a tendency to know already inside ourselves what spiritual balance is, because most of us are spiritually balanced. But we should notice maybe habits and things that we do that are not spiritually balanced, because balance is a practice, and balance is an active practice, which means that sometimes you're going to be unbalanced, right? Because in order to be balanced, you have to be unbalanced to practice balance, right? So kind of like a pendulum from side to side, and we're trying to find that middle ground all the time within ourselves. So how do we know if we're behaving in a way that is not spiritually balanced? Well, one of the biggest ways to know, one of the most obvious behaviors and thought patterns that exist for those of us that are practicing in an energy of unbalance, is that we feel like however we practice our spiritual rituals and however we have invested time and energy into our spiritual path is the only way towards spiritual growth and personal evolution. So that is one way to know that we are not spiritually balanced. All right? So if we're saying, hey, my way is better than your way, you should do it my way, that's not spiritually balanced. No, not spiritually balanced. If you feel like your spiritual path is better than somebody else's spiritual path, that is also not being spiritually balanced. Being excessive in your spiritual path, if you can't talk about anything else but metaphysical thinking and metaphysical spirituality, that is unbalanced. Everything is not that, right? Because we are also a mind and a body. And there's lots of other things to talk about that are very interesting. Okay? So we should be able to find common ground with people and things to talk about that are engaging and interesting and like-minded, even with people who we don't agree with. If you don't agree with most people and alienate yourself from the body of humanity, that is not spiritually balanced. So, although some of us, including me, have a tendency to kind of romanticize the role of the hermit in the hill, you know, the great guru in the cave that has given up everything to learn the spiritual truth, yeah, that's not balanced. Because you want to be in the world, right? In the world, but not part of the world, right? We want to be of the world, right? So we want to be talking to people, we want to be engaging people, we want to be an example of spiritual balance, and you can't do that if you lock yourself up away in a cave someplace and just decide that you're going to introvert yourself. So these are some ways that we know that we're not spiritually balanced. If you're angry, that is not spiritually balanced. If you are excessively sad, that is not spiritually balanced. If you can't forgive, something's happened, and you say all the time, "Oh, I am so spiritual. I am a spiritual, metaphysical person. I practice metaphysical spirituality every day, but I can't forgive that person. I just can't do it." That's not spiritually balanced. You're lying to yourself. If you're lying to yourself, that is not spiritually balanced. So there's a whole slippery slope we can go down here, Really, really. So I think it's important that we examine our motivations and our thoughts and our feelings, why we do the things that we do. If we're looking for some kind of pat on the back, or we're looking for attention, or we are allowing our ego to take a prominent position in our spiritual life, that is not spiritually balanced. Because ego is important and it plays a vital role in the whole of a human being. But in spirituality, ego has no place. It has no place at all. There's nothing that it can benefit in being put first in a prominent position in your spiritual life. So are you recognizing a pattern here? So we're saying, oh yeah, okay, these are all behaviors that we engage in, some of us, at some point or another. It doesn't mean that you can't get mad. I'm talking about staying mad. Doesn't mean that you can't say a bad word. Actually, if you don't ever say a bad word, I don't know if that's so spiritually balanced. Because there's a lot of stuff goes on, and I want to say a bad word, a real bad word. So, I mean, that's life. We're responding to life. And responding to life is being spiritually balanced. Using the tools that you have acquired as a spiritual student of the universe, that is being spiritually balanced. So, we expect to have trials and tribulations and difficult circumstances and obstacles to overcome, because that gives us the opportunity to use the tools that we have in our spiritual toolbox so that we can overcome whatever's going on in our life. Now, if you are coming up against obstacles and difficulties and you're not using your spiritual tools, then that's not spiritually balanced, right? Because then what's the point? Why go through the exercise if you're not going to do the work? It's that simple. It's like going to the gym, taking the free Tootsie Roll, and leaving. That's it. I came for the Tootsie Roll. Goodbye. So I think that the point I'm trying to make is that there are many of us that say and do things that are not spiritually balanced. That doesn't mean that we can't pursue spiritual balance. We have to start to assess our behaviors and our thoughts, and more our thoughts before they become behaviors. So when you start thinking things that are ugly or angry or unforgiving about yourself or about others, because I tend to feel that most of the people that I know that I'm very close to, it's more about what's going on with us than it is about what's going on with anybody else in our life, then that's our opportunity to say, I need to apply spiritual balance here. So what is that? What are we applying? We're applying those tools that we've learned. So what kind of tools have we acquired as spiritual students in order to overcome difficulties, obstacles, and challenges in life? One, and you've heard this for the last 3 weeks, meditation, right? Breathing, because breathing helps us to learn how to meditate. Before you say something that you wish you had not said, always good to take a couple of breaths and rethink it. Before you engage somebody in confrontation, it's always better to remember, let love cover over, right? Love. I'm not angry. I'm not going to let the situation escalate. That's spiritually balanced. Walking away when somebody threatens you. When's the last time somebody came up to you publicly and entered into your personal space? We just watched a video of that, right? A Native American elder and a young man came right into his personal space while he was drumming. Did he yell at him or scream at him or nothing? He played his drum. He played his drum. And so that's spiritual maturity, spiritual balance in practice. So what other kind of things should we be doing to bolster our spiritual balance? We should be reading things that help us to acquire more tools and more insight into ourselves, right? Into our thoughts and our behaviors. Why? Why do I do this? Why do I do that? Maybe I can offset that with this or that. Or, oh, I never knew that about myself. I do that. That's being spiritually balanced, is engaging in the process of personal evolution. That's being spiritually balanced. So reading. Being balanced in what we digest. I'm not saying don't go to a rated R movie. I know I love to go to a rated R movie. And the cheekier, the better. But if that is all that you're seeing, that is going to affect you in a negative way. So you need to put things in yourself that make you feel connected to Source. Make you feel whole and healed and well. Because that's what it means to be spiritually balanced. That's how you should feel. When you're feeling upset, you're feeling angry, when you're feeling off center, just not feeling good. When you feel sick. Sick. Where does that come from? Disease, right? We know that. Something's unbalanced. I would say that 80% of the time, it has to do with something spiritual. Why? Why? Because we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. So it's going to be something spiritual. So what am I not doing? Am I not praying? Am I not chanting? Am I not engaging in activities with like-minded people that can build me up and empower me, encourage me, offer fellowship? Those kinds of things make us spiritually balanced. Thinking about new ideas and how they apply to you personally. Not how they apply to the girl that you know that has problems and you're going to go and call her and tell her about what Teal Swan said. Right? I'm not poking you. It's just, that's the first thing I thought of. So, or what Joel Osteen said. It's the matter of telling somebody else. Telling somebody else, here, let me help you solve your problem. No. Other people don't need you to help them solve their problem. You need to solve your problems. And I guarantee you, you have enough of them to keep yourself busy. I know I do. I have more than enough to keep myself busy. Yeah? So when we're talking about spiritual balance, we're talking about something practical. We're not talking about something mystical. And I looked up a bunch of stuff. So when I went on Google this afternoon, I wanted to kind of share some information, and I thought, oh, I'll have the handout. And I said, nah. Spirit just was grieving my soul. No, that's not where we need to go. Because when I looked at the lists of things, They were not things that I felt were practical and usable and implementable. All cool. I love crystals. I love stones. I love, sacred geometry. I love all these cool things. But they're just cool things. They're just cool things to remind me about what I need to do. The work that I need to do to be balanced. A balanced mind, body, and spirit, right? Carrying crystals around in my pocket and then acting like an ass is never going to help me to be a better person. It doesn't work that way, right? So these are things that we should be considering when we're considering what it means to be spiritual, spiritually fed. Go out into nature. Observe the creation. Allow it to affect your mind and your heart. When it does that, it feeds your body, and that makes you balanced. Play with a dog, or cat, or mouse, or snake. I don't care. I'm not a big snake fan, but hey, it makes you feel good, doesn't it? Spend time with people that you love. And not just spend time with people that you love, but look at them. Don't look at your phone. Your phone is not going to spiritually feed you. It gives you information on how to do that. But your friends feed you energetically. We build each other up. We encourage each other. We don't even have to say anything. Sometimes the relationship that you have with people that are closest to you, you can sit in a room with and never say a word and just enjoy their physical company. Because you're connected to each other anyway, right? Sometimes there's nothing that needs to be said. Just being with somebody in their space. So these are some of the suggestions that I have for being spiritually balanced. And now I'm going to go around the room for anybody that would like to share a practice that they engage in that helps them to be spiritually balanced. So, does anybody want to tell me what they do? Yay! So follow me. Follow me, Facebook. What do you do?
I wake up in the morning and I garden early in the morning.
You garden
in the morning.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Anybody else? Be brave. Okay, Peter? We're going this way now.
I try and make it a point not to watch negative stuff on TV.
That's good. That's really good. Because there's a lot of negative stuff on TV right now. Reverend Sylviane.
Before I even get out of bed, I'm praying and trying to set an intention for my day.
Reverend Vicki Lynn.
I usually find meditating before I go to bed at night and then meditating about 10 minutes in the morning helps a lot. Centers me and grounds me.
Excellent, excellent. Reverend Max.
Well, 15 minutes before I wake up and get out of bed, I do deep breathing meditation. Then in the middle of the day, I do shallow breathing meditation. And then at the time, right before I go to sleep or I'm feeling drowsy enough to go to sleep, then that's time for another deep breathing meditation. And that meditation is the meditation to rejoice and give thanks for the day.
Excellent. Very nice.
Nina.
Nina.
When I eat my meals, I eat alone and I put my plate in front of me and I sit and I ask blessings and then I eat very mindfully. Every mouthful goes in, cleansing my body and fills me up, sorry.
Excellent. That's really good. What a great idea. Well, Reverend Magda.
Ho'oponopono.
Absolutely.
That's what I use all day. And
anytime that something happens that doesn't make me too happy, I'll thank you for it, and I'll go into my whole practice.
Very good, very good. Reverend Lulu, you have something to share?
I think everybody shared a lot. I might stay silent this time.
Anybody else? Okay. All right, so that's a lot of suggestions. And me personally, I do all those things.
Yeah.
I don't garden, but I do yard work, which is close to gardening. So I do all of those things. And I find that actually the thing that I enjoy the most is being outside in the park. I like to be outside in the park. I like to run and I like to walk in the park. And it clears my head. I feel incredibly energized. Usually meditate while I'm running. I know that sounds weird, but I do. And it's very refreshing for me and beneficial. So I'll share that with you. Well, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts and sharing your practices and your rituals. I leave that to you. Namaste.
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 We're going to do a meditation this evening. You see that there's no healing chairs out. So we're going to do a healing meditation this evening. But we're going to start off, thank you. We're going to start off by having everybody that would like to say the name of somebody who is not here that you would like to have added into the healing practice and the energy of this meditation. So we'll start here. Anybody that you'd like to mention to add to the energy of the meditation?
Yes, one of our fellowship members, Alyssa. She's been really sick.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Alberta.
Alberta.
Rick.
Rick.
Russell.
Russell.
Both Monique and Irma. My daughter Ashley.
And
Anne. Paul.
And Jeffrey.
Lynn and Jeffrey. Michael, do you have anybody you'd like to add to our meditation? Sylvian.
Brian and my sisters.
Brian and your sisters.
There's a number of people in Christ the Cornerstone that I would like to pray for.
Okay.
Several different names. So I'll just put a general healing out for you.
Excellent. River Max.
Bob
Bob.
and his girlfriend,
Happy?
Kathy.
Okay. And your friend.
Yeah, my friend.
Okay. You put your feet flat on the floor. Take a nice deep breath. As you take that deep breath, I want you to feel your body begin to relax. Take another deep, relaxing breath. And feel your body become heavy. Feel the heaviness of your body in your chair. Let your shoulders drop. One more deep, relaxing breath. And allow this breath to make your mind relax. Allow that breath to just release any thoughts from the day, from life in general. And then just breathe deeply and comfortably at your own rhythm. We're going to start at the top of your head. Mother, Father, God, we ask for a healing of mind, body, and spirit. Mind for clarity and focus, body for strength and vitality, and spirit for internal connectedness an external display of that connectedness. Creator, we ask for clarity of our third eye and our mind, so that we see the things that benefit us, that we see the good in the world, that we see the things that bring us joy and knowledge and power, and disregard the things that do not serve our best and highest good. We ask for ears that hear the still, quiet voice that resides deep within us, showing us which way to go. Not just ears that hear, but ears that listen to the great I Am. We ask for a voice that comes to the rescue of those who are weaker than we are and speaks a compassionate truth. We ask for words of wisdom in times of discord, words of peace in times of violence, words of comfort in times of distress. Creator, we ask for hands that give, knowing that all things belong to you. We also ask for hands that receive blessings that are meant for us at this time, because this is a cycle of abundance. Source Creator, we ask for a heart that is refined by love, and a heart that's intention is set in motion for that particular soul's journey. We ask for a quickened awareness of our self-power, an awareness of our intuitive nature and the source from which it comes. We also ask for gratitude in the knowing. We ask for a full and healthy awareness of self
and our body. We ask for a mindful awareness in its care and responsibility of how we use it in relationship to others. We ask that you gird us with a girdle of gold so that we can champion those who are less fortunate than ourselves, the widow and the fatherless child, and all those who are weaker than ourselves in mind, body, or spirit. Creator, we ask for feet that follow a path of righteousness and uprightness. Feet that when they stumble, ask for help and continue on. Feet that don't run to badness, but look for opportunities to serve. We know that we are made of sand and stardust, eternal, immortal, and forever, having no beginning, having no end. We take from this world and this reality that which sustains us, and in the end, we return from where we came. We ask for balance. Balance of mind, body, and spirit. Balance of head and heart. Thought and deed. Seen and unseen. We are open and receptive to the healing that is meant for each one of us at this time. We are allowing, we are accepting, as we breathe in and out in the peace of our meditation, we allow each affirmation to work its power in our life and in our mind, in our body, and in our spirit. We ask for a full and complete release of anything that does not serve our best and highest good. That does not help us to evolve, that does not empower us, and that does not keep us connected to Source. In our next 3 breaths, in our mind or in our mouth, we will share our great gratitude for the healing that has taken place for ourselves and for those who we have named. I am grateful for this healing. I am so grateful for this healing. Creator, thank you so much. I am so grateful for this healing. Just stay in that space a little bit longer. When you're ready, take a nice, deep, awakening breath. And feel your body and your lungs filled with air, become invigorated and energized, going full into yourself and into your space. Another deep breath. Feel yourself becoming more and more awake and aware. Open your eyes. Last deep breath. Come awake. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Lulu.